Huh? What are you doing in my swamp?
Hello everybody, this is Ogre Boy and I'm going to be doing my review for the 2022 movie Black Panther Wakanda Forever. So, in this movie, Queen Ramonda, Shuri, M'Baku, Okoye, and the Dora Milaje fight to protect their nation from intervening world powers in the wake of T'Challa's death. As Wakandans strive to embrace their next chapter, the heroes must band together with Nakia and Everett Ross to forge a new paths for their beloved kingdom. This movie is really good. I really enjoy Black Panther Wakanda Forever. I enjoyed it a lot more this time when I rewatched it than I did the first time. And I think part of it is that it is a really sad movie, and T'Challa was one of my favorite characters in the MCU, so having to see him die and everything just was really kind of sad and hard to watch when I saw it the first time and everything, and it kind of just made my first viewing kind of numb. I didn't really hate it or anything. I thought it was a pretty good movie, but it took me rewatching it to really fully appreciate how good this movie really turned out to be and everything. But that opening with T'Challa's death and the funeral and everything is just absolutely beautifully done and everything, and they did a really great job paying tribute to him and everything while also moving the story forward and everything, and showing like how Wakanda is having to deal with being without a king and everything, and how they have to protect Wakanda and everything. It turned out really well and everything, and I think part of that comes down to Ryan Coogler's writing and directing. He just does a really great job with this movie. Like I was really impressed with how good he did with this one, and the cast in here are all just excellent. You got Letitia Wright as Shuri, and she was great in the first Black Panther, but she really had to step up her role in this one and really be able to carry the movie, and I think she carried it really well and did a really great job with it. Angela Bassett as Ramonda was great too, so great that she got an Oscar nomination for her performance in here. The first time an MCU movie has got an Oscar nomination for her performance, and while I don't necessarily think she's the first one to deserve an Oscar from the MCU, because personally I think there have been tons of great performances in the MCU. I don't know that she's the only one I would ever say would have been worthy of it. I think she does deserve the nomination and everything. After rewatching this movie, I say she deserves it and everything. I have seen her in other movies I thought deserved the Best Actress nomination more, but I think she deserves it for this movie, though, and I'm glad that she at least got the nomination. I don't know if she'll win and everything. I kind of doubt she'll win, but she might. It's hard to say. She's been getting a lot of buzz and everything, but she's great. And the rest of the returning cast are good too. Danae Guerrera as Okoye. I always butcher her name. I cannot remember that character's name, how to pronounce it right to save my life, so if I butchered it, I apologize. But she's once again great in here. And then we get introduced to Dominique Thorne as Ironheart, and she is just absolutely great in here. She has a really likable personality and screen presence, and I can't wait to see what they do with Ironheart more later on down the line, because she was a lot better this viewing. I enjoyed the character a lot more. I enjoyed the movie more in general this time too, and I think part of it is I was really tired working overtime at the time that I saw this movie in the theater and stuff, so I think that's part of why I enjoyed this one more, is I was more rested and able to enjoy it a lot better and everything. And the villain of the movie Namor is a really great villain. I don't think he's as strong of a villain as Killmonger was, but I do say that he was really good. And Taneg Herta, I hope I did not butcher his name, but I'm sure I probably did. Tanag Herta is really great as Namor. I think he does a really great job. And if I butchered his name, once again, I apologize. And I think because I'm terrible with pronouncing names sometimes. But he's great as Namor, and I think Namor was a really good villain and everything. And I've seen cartoons and stuff where there's times where he's a villain, there's times where he's an anti-hero and stuff. So I kind of hope we get to see him become a hero in the MCU as time goes on. Like he kind of changes throughout it. I think he could have an interesting arc going and everything. I can't wait to see what they do with him more. I know he's at least going to be in one of the upcoming Avengers movies, because one of the directors or writers have talked about it, about writing him and everything. So I'm curious to see what they do with him. But all of the cast are just great in here, and the cinematography is just really good in this movie. It's not quite as good as it was in the first one. I think the first movie had better cinematography at times and everything, but this one does still have some great cinematography and everything. And I will say that even on second watch, I still miss Chadwick Boseman and everything. It is hard watching a Black Panther movie without him and everything, but I'm getting more used to it and I've accepted it more and everything. But he is really missed and everything because he was so great as T'Challa. But this is a really, really good entry in the MCU, and for the blow they were dealt with Chadwick Boseman's death, I think they did a very good job with this movie and everything, especially in the short amount of time it came out in, because it was just fixing to start filming, I think, before Chadwick Boseman died, and they had to rework everything around his death, and I think it worked. I think they did a really great job with this movie and everything. It's not one of my most favorite MCU movies, for sure, but it's definitely a really great one, and it's one that I enjoy. I really enjoyed on rewatch, so I say I'd give Black Panther Wakanda Forever an A-. It's a really, really great sequel to the first Black Panther movie. Has some really good moments, and I like that they made Shuri the new Black Panther and everything. So let me know in the comments what you think of this movie, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and have a good day, everybody.